What's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the daily directional bias for the day um on any pair, but I'm just going to be using one pair here. So you guys go practice with other pairs. You know, this video is useful for anybody, whether you're using HRC or not. So pay attention to be short and straight to the point. Okay, so there is only one way to know the directional bias technically of the market. I'm talking technical now. There's only one way, actually, and it's it's as simple as it's as simple as doing a top-down analysis. Yes, and that is something that a lot of HRC traders have removed from their to-do list because of I don't know why, but HRC does not mean you shouldn't be able to see structure, clear structure that the market is telling you based on, you know, higher highs, higher lows. Do you get? We know they are indicators, but at the same time, it doesn't mean they are useless. Do you get? So higher highs, higher lows are very powerful. Just being able to check structure from top-down analysis is very powerful. So every day when you come on charts, you check the top-down analysis of the market. And I'm going to be doing this particular one here, you know, for and I would then when you now had a child, so you see the magic, you know. But I'm going to be doing just this particular one, maybe for yesterday and then maybe for today, you know, to see where we expect the direction of, where would I have expected the direction of yesterday to go and direction of today. Do you get? So I want us to pay attention. I want us to pay attention. So let me go to monthly. I like to start from monthly, especially for those of you that have not checked it in a very long while. I like to start from monthly. So if you check monthly time frame, every single calendar year is 1 month. Every single calendar year is 1 month. So you see that price, this is up to where we have the data. This is 2006, January 2006. And then price took out this low, yeah. And then actually it has been taking out lows. If you see that we had this low to this high, then this low, then to this high, then they formed this low. Then price has retraced now up. And then basically means we are in a bearish order flow market for Euro USD. You get on very, very high time frame. And these are the things that majorly help your trade when you're trading in the direction of the market most times. Although I'm not saying you should not catch buy because monthly is saying price is bearish. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when you do your top down analysis, you'll be able to even see, what price is doing at every moment in time. Even when he wants to buy in a bearish market, you'll be able to see it clearly. Do you get? And yes, so basically, let's check this range. The next thing you want to do after you check the structure range, higher is higher lows on our time frame like this. Let's say you pick monthly as your highest time frame. You know, the next thing you want to do is you want to check the current trend that we are in. According to price action, this is the current trend that we are in. This high to this low. Do you get? And then we expect price to retrace inside that range of which I think it's already done a great deal of that. So and after retracement you expect price to sell. I'm not saying to start selling it now, but let's check. We'll check together. I don't want to jump. So yes, this is our current range. Yes. But we have an internal structure here. If you want to study this, you see that price bought from other block here. Yeah. It bought from other block here. And then came to this other block to filled it and then started selling from there. You see? So Basically, I'm not really expecting price to take out this particular high again. You get, I'm not really expecting price to take out this particular high again. I'm just looking at this range from this high to this low. You get, before price starts coming down. Yeah, so um which liquidity based on naked as because the problem is not market structure. Market, you don't have any problem with market structure. You get, so, and you don't have any problem with what's it called? In fact, HRC works with almost any model. It just helps you to be able to see things clearer with the model, more clearly with the model. So um I'll be looking at this eye as a liquidity based on naked eyes, and then I'll be looking at these equal eyes here as liquidity into that range. Then I'll expect, a sell from above these eyes. That's what I'll be looking at based on monthly. You get, I expect a sell from here. And you can see price has gotten there, you see. So let's keep that. You can see price has gotten to that particular place. So let's check what price did when it got there. This is what a lot of people don't do. This is what a lot of people don't do. So we are going to check what price did after it got here. This is naked eye. I'm on Euro USD. I'm not even on futures yet. So your futures is just going to be like your real backup plan, like your inside information that will help you be able to be able to be very advanced with anything you want to be seeing or anything you're seeing with the market. So let's say weekly, on weekly time frame, price took out these highs, it has not entered this gap. I've told you, gaps on their own, they are not zones to me. Gaps on their own, they are not zones to me. There are things that make gaps zones. You get. So gap is just a void, but that's just by the way. Um, so price are already taking this place, and then when price wicked it here last week, you can see the reaction that price had downward. You get. But I'm not saying you cannot still go, higher here. I'm not saying that yet, but those ones we will fine tune it with HRC. Do you see? So um we'll fine tune that with HRC. So even from here, I want to see what's going on from here. Because if price is rejecting from here, where exactly is it rejecting from? You get. So I love to go to futures chart. I love to go to futures. I love to go to futures and then see what's going on. You can see what I marked out here. This is a weekly zone, and although we are not sure whether it's regularity or not, but that's a weekly zone, the week of this candle. That was where price hits, and then that means price should go for weekly true liquidity at least. Or might even, based on market structure, might even keep going down. But the weekly true liquidity, one of the first weekly true liquidity is here, this place, and then this place. You see? So through that, you are getting close to what you expect price to do for a particular day, for one particular day. Do you get? So let's see. Let's see. Let's go to daily time frame now. You can see what happened here on this day. You can see what happened. Price hit that place and rejected. Rejected. So, and then I've told you that one of the first things that we're going to be looking at is this low based on HRC, as true liquidity for price to take as true liquidity. So we would have been looking at sales almost all these days self. You see now, we would have been looking for sales because price has not gotten to weekly true liquidity. That because it is turning from weekly zone. Do you see now? So that's how you know the directional bias of the market. So let me check. Let me check 4 hours. 4 hours price rejected this day. Don't be blind to structure. I'll say that again. Don't, because of HRS, be blind to what structure is telling you. Although you know that you have a higher way of viewing things with HRC, but at the same time, it doesn't mean structure is foolish. Um, so price, especially for those of you that are still even trying to understand the HRC very well self. So price took this high, with the high, then broke structure down. Then we had this, then broke structure down. Then we had this. Then price retraced again, came into this place, you know. So I said we were going to look at yesterday and today, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. If you check now, if you check the structure, you see that it's already turning bearish. They're already taking lows and keeping highs. Not taking highs, they are taking lows. The current structure range within here now would be this high, you know, to any low that they form here. Let me do this so that we'll cancel out yesterday so that we'll start from. So it'll be that high to where to start retracing because price has not really retraced from this side. It has not retraced into that range. So so now with HRC, what HRC will help you with is to know the true liquidities that are here so that you know which zone to look for a retracement. You get. So, and if we are doing that, what you'll be doing is that you go to futures charts, you go to futures charts. With futures charts, you will see that price add, you can see this place was already a true liquidity. This was sessional, this was daily true liquidity. You can see that with futures. So what you'd be looking for is basically a retracement from a daily zone. Do you see a retracement from a daily zone? You get. And which daily zone do we have here? If you go to daily time frame, I just hope. Okay, let's do this. If you go to daily time frame, yeah, on this futures chart, just stay with me. If you go to daily time frame on futures chart, which daily zone do we have? The first, like, I know some of them might not even see it like that, but the daily zone I'm seeing is this week to week here. The price sold from here and closed above here. Price entered it the day before yesterday. I'm sorry, on Friday. Price entered it on Friday. And that's a daily zone enough. In fact, this is a third generation zone. I think I've taught it in one of my YouTube videos. And it's a very powerful zone. So it's enough to send price to a daily true liquidity. Where they have the daily true liquidity within the range that we're looking at on 4 hours. Remember, you get within this range from this high to this low. So we expect a buy from this range. We expect a buy from this list. You get. Even just with that, you can have your daily bias because there's no Monday yet. This is where Friday ended, on 4 hours. So from Monday, you just look for a clear break of structure from this zone. And then but you know that the day we majorly buy, at least for the first few or many hours of the day, or throughout the day, depending on how fast it gets to this true liquidity. You get. So that's how you know the directional bias of the day. Look at now, let's go to let's come here. Let's come here. Let's see if we can see that the same daily zone on Euro USD. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, so this is the zone that we're looking at. This is the zone that we're looking at. Okay, so um okay, this was 22nd. I don't want that 22nd to show yet because that's the day we want to even check this thing as an example. Okay, so you can see the daily zone that I marked out here. So, and this is a daily true liquidity already. No, this one, this eye is a daily true liquidity already. You get. So look at how I'm merging HRC with just normal this thing here. And this alone will make a lot profitable if you know what you're doing. So let's check. We just check for a true break of structure. We just check for a true break of structure from here. and you have your trade. This is 1 hour time frame. Monday has not started. Let's wait for Monday to start because it's Monday that we want to check for. So let's see what's going on here. Price took this low. You're seeing that. And there's nothing wrong with missing the move, but I'm just trying to show you to know directional. From here, I'm like, I'm like expecting a buy on this day majorly. You get expected this day is going to be slow and just sell a bit and just consolidate. But if I see a break, I'm waiting for that to see a true break of structure, you know, for price to buy up to this high. You see, so let's play again. So they form this high. If they break this high, we know what we're doing. You can see. Wait, why are you rushing? You can see they broke that high there. They broke that high there. That's a break of structure. And to make more sense, if let's say for example we had I'm not sure we had that. Okay, I think we did actually a form of SMT with futures. You know, futures I think they formed equal low, but Euro USD did not form equal low. And maybe if you check the SI, I don't usually check the XY, but let's just check. If it formed, you can see the XY formed higher high, higher high. But Euro USD is supposed to form lower low. But did it? Did it form that? No. Euro USD is supposed to form lower low. You can see something like this. Supposed to form something like this, but it did not. Instead, it formed that high. So this is a break of structure. You see that. So if you go to let's say 30 minutes time frame, this is where we are targeting. 30 minutes time frame, price broke structure here. You can see that. So just from here alone, you can get your trade because I'll be looking at this zone here, majorly, you know. Why? Because price already entered it here, sold and broke it. So that the third generation zone is going to be very strong. So price might not necessarily come to this OB like many of you would be expecting. And if you've not studied my zone video, you should do that. You can see when price broke it on this candle, price came back to it on this candle, and then price started buying. Let's use this as a stop loss. You can see price gave us 3.5 R up to that high. And you could have used, but I don't like tightening stop loss. So 3.5 RR for the day, for 1 day. You can see that, you can see that, you can see that, you can see, fret not. Don't be afraid yet. That's it. Perfect. Very nice trade. And you could have even used this, but I'm just doing this just so that some people will not be getting it wrong. And this 7 hour, you see. So that's the direction of the day. And that's a very sweet trade, if you ask me. That's the major direction of the day. When price gets here, you now you analyze top-down analysis again to know the direction of the market. So don't joke with top-down analysis, guys. It helps you to know the direction on another time frame. With the other time frame, you can be able to place yourself in sync and know what's actually going on from there to be able to like ride the market. Do you get? So that's how you should move if you are trading HRC and you want to know the daily direction any day, anytime. And let me say this to end this video. It is the fact that there are some days that you won't know the direction and it won't be clear. Those days avoid. Those days avoid. Don't, it's not a must to try to prove a better style of the market. Just avoid. You get? So it will print more candles to be able to make everything more clear. So when everything gets clearer, um you can be able to then vibe with the market again. So that would be all, guys, for this video. I don't want this video to be too long. Thank you very much for watching.